Hello there. Once again, Stanton from Antonio Bay. Thank you for stopping by the collection room. Today we're taking a look at some comics. Those comics are from the Age of Apocalypse. This is X-Man, one of the last series that I have gone through. If you're interested in Age of Apocalypse or comics or anything like that, you're welcome to check out my other videos. Throw a like, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing. And yeah, on to X-Man. And I'm pretty sure this is, 95. AOA was a huge deal. Of course, he dreams about somebody that's not totally easily recognizable. And this book features Nate Gray, and he is the Age of Apocalypse version of Cable, basically. He is the son of Cyclops and Jean Grey in an alternate timeline. It's just pretty cool. And so you get a chance to basically see what Cable would be like without his techno-organic virus that has like diminished his power and basically nerfs him on all these levels. He's an incredibly powerful telepath. But in this, his name's Nate, and he's just kind of a kid. And it's pretty cool. It's actually a great book. He travels around the country as a theater troupe with Forge and a slew of other characters that we may recognize. Meanwhile, Cyclops is still running the breeding pens, and Jean Grey has since been helped to escape with help from Cyclops. So this features Domino in the Age of Apocalypse. Domino in AOA is awful. I mean, a terrible, terrible killer. We have Siren in this. She manages to not know that she's a mutant somehow. And she escapes the pens with the help of Cyclops. Sauron is here. Large guy named Brute, who I can't remember. Who he is in the regular world. But you've got Toad in this group. And you've also got Mastermind, who's pretty dang cool. Yeah, Theresa using her power for the first time. Pretty neat. They're just trying to stay on the road and stay busy. Of course, never pick up hitchhikers named Essex. Of course, if they have a red jewel on their head like that, don't ever help them out. It's probably just Mr. Sinister. Good rule of thumb to not ever do that. Let's see, we got issue number 2. It's a sad book. I'm not gonna lie. This is like a sad book. You start to really care for some of these characters. Of course in this, because you already know them. And I'm pretty sure this is Omega Red in the AOA. Pretty cool that he's here. And you also have Grizzly. And this is actually the only much I've had of Grizzly in anything. You get Caliban, and he's the small, lithe Caliban, not the large, massive Caliban. So Nate has the problem that whenever he uses his power, it basically lights up on a map and Apocalypse can see him. Which is why, of course, Essex is trying to push him to flex his powers. He doesn't really care about Apocalypse's thing. He just wants to experiment more. Yeah, this book's sad. You get a really good view of like the meltdown factories. They make infinites and stuff like that, and I don't know. It's just it's ghastly. Once you dehumanize a particular nationality or race or something like that, it's easy to exterminate them, which is exactly what the Nazis did. Once you say it's not a human or it's not a real life, you're well on your path to Darwin's perfect vision of the Holocaust. And that's just the other thing. As much as Apocalypse is the villain in this, Darwinism is essentially like the orchestrator of the entire plot of this book, which is crazy. Let's see. Issue number 3. So they have run into tough band of assassins. And Grizzly is freaking huge. I don't think I've seen Grizzly in anything else. But man, he's freakish in this. Mastermind pops up. And of course he's got illusions going on, which I thought are really cool. And they don't make it. They die. Mastermind dies. Pretty sure Toad dies. Brute dies. Man, Domino's awful. Yep. Toad's eaten. Grizzly gets killed. He fries Domino's mind big time and totally spazzes her, but I think that pretty much kills everybody else except for Sauron. It's a real short fight. And then Essex shows up, reveals his true intentions, kills Forge. Yeah, it's rough. He basically loses all of his friends, everybody he knows, who's taking care of him his whole life. Is pretty much snuffed out in less than half an issue. He's such an ass. Sinister is basically the embodiment of science unchecked. Just no morals, just push past whatever you can do scientifically, do it. That is Mr. Sinister. And the fact that nobody has really like grasped onto that in the science world, like you guys are in fact, you know, unchecked, you are villains. If you're not, you know, unchecked science, just pushed and pushed and pushed with no moral code behind it. Yeah, it's Mr. Sinister. It's not really deliberately evil. It's just what he happens to be. Whether deliberate or not, it is evil. So. And man, he sucks in this. He is so awful in this. Not that he's not always awful. I mean, he is Mr. Sinister, but I think he's extra bad in this. I think Nathan puts him down. Blows all sorts of holes through him. And he's surprised too that he's dying. But oh, it's so satisfying to see Mr. Sinister die in any reality. Like, he just needs to die. Nate then goes on to take out Apocalypse, because it's always Cyclops and Jean Grey's kids' destiny to destroy Apocalypse. In fact, he gets to meet his parents. It's pretty cool. And that is pretty much the story. This one's a real gut punch. The whole series is. I think the only one that's quite possibly on par with it as being like a gut punch is Generation X, or Generation Next. That is rough. Factor X is easily the most ghastly for everything that happens, but as far as just like a story arc gut punch that just takes it out of you for the loss of your characters, X-Men's right up there with the best of them. It's a really good series, and it's actually one that they continued on after the Age of Apocalypse. They brought him into our world. They brought Dark Beast into our world, It was pretty cool. Ran surprisingly a long time. I have a lot of issues of it. I might dig those out and continue on with the X-Men series, just to give you a taste of what it is and how it goes. But it's not as good as the Age of Apocalypse, because as soon as you cross over into the 616, the standard Marvel universe, so much of your I don't know, the possibility of things to happen, it's not there. Like, you're run off of a different set of rules there. Clearly, things don't have as much stake. The world has to keep going. Where in the AOA, it is, you get a one shot at this, and that everything you do counts. Which that's probably why I respect the series so much and why I enjoyed it so much. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say on this series. It is one of my more favorites of the AOA, and one of the earlier Marvel comics I read that really got me into X-Men. It was really good. Anyway, that's my story on this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.